For sure. So it will be interesting to see how both of these teams play without their without some of them more prominent members, because the Vi in the Carabrala series was an important person. And here we can see quickly just flashing up the champ select. So on the side of Faded Ashes, it looks like we're going to probably have Aatrox in the top lane. We're having the J4 in the jungle, Cassid in mid. It's not the first Cassid of the tournament as well. We did see that picked up by the Incredibles a few days ago.
Yep.
And then Twitch and Lulu in the bot lane.
I mean, Lulu is a returning pick.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Lulu is better. Lulu's going to be a returning pick. We're going to see that a lot throughout this. She did recently get nerfed, but she's not enough. She is still strong as hell. Meanwhile, on the side of CUDDERS Cuties, we can see a mishmash. I mean, the only thing I can say with confidence here is that Sona is probably the support, Jax is probably the top laner, and Xinjiao is the jungler. Mid and AP carry between Xerath or Mel, I'm not sure. I would assume it's going to be Mel in the bot lane, but we'll find out once we actually get into game. How do we feel in regards to these drafts? I do lean towards Fated Ashes just because theirs is a much more cut and dry team comp, right? Like, outside of the Kassadin, they definitely really want to get into the 5v5s. And they're gonna spike pretty aggressively in the mid game. Once they get 1-2 items, it's gonna be really strong for the Twitch. Jarvan is bulky enough, but also high damage, and Aatrox can be a problem if they don't have anti-heal for sure. Meanwhile, I don't quite see what the plan is for the cuties here. With the non-standard AD, like with the non-standard bot laner, they're gonna, outside of a split push angle with the Jax, I don't think they can siege very well at all. So it's gonna be probably like a 1-4, and I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, they did really well in their first round games. So you know, they even came back from a deficit in their first actual game. So I'm interested to see how they actually execute this comp. I don't see it. But I'm in the losers bracket, so I'm not the master of all these things. I'm not the person we should be looking to for judgment here.
Xinjiao, of course, can do the same. Xerath has a stun. Most likely won't hit Twitch in any standard situation. And then of course we've got the execute from Mel, which is an AP carry Mel. So yeah, you were right. Xerath is in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think so. We have actually, it looks like I don't recognize glimpse of us for Fade Ashes. Is that like a username change, or is that a completely new player? I am unsure. We'll find out for later reference for sure. But either way, yeah, we can see that they got the new substitute in the bot lane there for the AD. Instead of it being Kwong, it's now Racecar Worm 49. And yeah, as I said earlier, we have replaced the jungler there for CUDDERS Cuties, so they now have Cuddler, who I believe the team is named after. He's their mascot, I believe. So. Okay. We get the namesake out here. It's like a McMoody's Mandem all over again. Like, we got a little bit of a cheeky trade going here on the bot side. Twitch just go invis and then come up, get a couple shots in. Nothing too serious though, as I ate booty holes on the Sona is going to make sure to keep himself some distance.
What a name tag.
What a name. For real. For the longest time, because obviously, capital I and lowercase L look the same. I thought it was like leaked booty holes. Was it like elite or something? Like, I don't know what that is, but we can see Delicate Flowers is taking some difficult trades here.
Oh my goodness!
We remember correctly in the first CUDDERS Cuties series, the top lane was a massive diff, and he seems to be one of their stronger players. So I'll be eager to keep an eye out on this Jax as the game progresses for sure, just to see whether or not Delicate Flowers, who, if I remember correctly, in their first series, it was against the 7 Schizos, was it not?
What, Fated Ashes?
I believe it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Delicate Flowers definitely did make an example of Synthet in that series. So, it'll be an interesting one to see. I still presume that the CUDDERS QE top laner will come out on top here, but we'll have to see how things play out. As I said, in theory, this lane can go even. And we can see CS numbers wise, it's definitely still pretty chill. But yeah,
all it takes is for one
want
person
keep an eye
to fold
on.
and to break. You know, I mean, as soon as a first blood comes out and we see Delicate Flowers, as you said, is suffering. The moment he falls, it's going to be rough for him.
Oh,
Race Carworm here though,
Lulu
trying to
took
make
a
something happen.
lot of damage there.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal. I mean, look, if any of them fall in these 2 lanes, or I mean, even mid lane, we can't count that out. But yeah, that will very much dictate how the lane goes.
We did get someone confirmed for us in the chat that it was Father's Jewels in the first game for Fade Ashes, not Seven Skitsers. I think Seven Skitsers faced they faced another team that that are going to play tonight. They faced Deluxe Mango Gaming, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes.
So yeah, I think top lane for Fated Ashes Fated Ashes and Father's Jewels would have been JLD, I think.
Okay.
In which case, it's a completely different story. I'm misremembering. So Delicate Flowers did not perform against JLD as one would assume, like a diamond player would against an iron, right? JLD was actually fairly decent in that first game on his main. So
JLD impressed everybody with how he played. That's for sure.
That set was decent. But yeah. So I mean, that does change how I feel about the lane a little bit. I am a little bit more favored on the red side now, knowing that's how that went. And a lot of the health bars right now for Faded Ashes are quite low. They should probably be looking to base on that bottom and in the mid. Oh, is this going to be first blood? Maybe.
Hold on a minute.
For the other person. Oh,
wow!
That
Single digits.
Hate to see it.
Mr. Christie managing the clutch. Yeah, that was.
Get a replay on that because I don't like being in the cuck chair with the replay. Like there we go.
I ask and you shall receive. Here you have it.
You love to see it. Oh, we do also have picture-in-picture, which is kind of nice. But yeah, look at that. This is single digit for both players. So both flashes get burned. Just a cheeky punish there. Literally metric of millimeters difference, or milliseconds even. But you know, top lane is a mean role to play, and it can be decided on something as small as that. You can see both players have burnt their TPs here to make sure they don't miss a single minion of that wave. But you know,
I mean, that's just how top lane goes, isn't it? You don't want to miss a single drop of gold. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like I was saying, yeah, 100%. And now this is going to turn the tide into Clistie's favor. And with a champion like Jax, you don't want that to happen. You know, especially with Delicate Flowers running the Aatrox, who takes a while to get activated. Yeah, this is going to be rough for him. But we see there, Bugler and Christie managing to get the grubs as well.
Yeah. Fortunately for him, though, he is, because of the fact that the top and jungle are both physical damage dealers, he's been able to just rush the plated steel caps. And so that is going to be a mega value purchase for them because, I mean, Jax is very auto attack focused. It gives him, I believe it's like 15% or 10% damage reduction on all attacks, which is basically auto attack. So that's going to help a lot in any trades that he takes, both with the Jax or with the Xin Zhao coming in for any kind of ganks as well. But we do also see, because of that, I believe partially because of that first blood and just the health totals in general, they do just end up giving up the grubs. They make it a cheeky trade of 3 grubs for the side of Cuties to 1 dragon for the side of Faded Ashes. They look like turkey flaps just trying to poke a bit to get them off that dragon, but it didn't work out for them. And let's just quickly check check totals in terms of what guys are at for their CS numbers right now. It looks like the jungle is pretty much even. Outside of those 2 neutral objectives that they just decided to graciously trade, neither of them have had much in the way of impact on the map just yet. But you know, it's both of them are early game focused, so it's maybe I have a strong feeling that maybe we don't see anything out of them until we see. Oh,
hold
speak
on
of the
a
devil,
minute.
we have Wilma coming up here on the top side, maybe doing something to the Jax, but he is gonna queue away, and he is fine. And then we just quickly check. We can see there is a deficit of about 15 CS here on the Twitch versus Mel matchup. Mel's rushed the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. And in the mid lane, it's actually favored for the Kassadin, which is interesting. I would have assumed the Xerath would have a much easier time farming. You know, for one, he's ranged. He gets mana back on his abilities when he hits people, so hitting an immobile for most of the lane, obviously. He now does have his ultimate, so he now has a flash on like a 3-second cooldown, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I actually wanted to bring attention to that. Is the Kassadin mid lane or the matchup is? Oh, hold on, never mind. We're gonna talk about that later. Willow being forced to flash, Huddler forcing that out. Very nicely done by the cuties. Yeah, I mean the mid lane. I think it was just a matter of time. Kassadin obviously having the range disadvantage, especially against Xerath, but you know, as soon as he hits level 6, then he's able to turn the tide and jump on what is severely immobile champion. You know, so
ultimate here coming out of Clisty. Big damage there onto Wilma. Is it going to be enough? We have the ultimate come out of Turkey Flat. Turns it into 2 quick kills for that mid lane, which is going to change the dynamic there a lot. 600 gold is a nice little chunk of change for the Xerath for sure, who already has all the components for his item. So he's probably just waiting to base and actually cash that into his first complete item. Maybe the first complete item on the Rift. Yeah. Never mind though, he decided to DC.
Win quitting. Here we go.
Yeah. Get out while you're ahead, you know. Yeah, just gonna quickly replay here, see how this doesn't go as intended for the side of Faded Ashes. A lot of damage there came out of that Jax though, I'm not gonna lie. An unexpectedly large amount of damage. Chunked that J4 from... He came into the lane at full HP pretty much.
Yep.
So that's a rough one. And we can see we are a little bit under a 1k gold lead here for the Cuties at 10 minutes. Which, do they outscale? I think it's a hard one. I mean, Twitch is not bad in the late game. His damage is really high. And Kassadin is also someone who loves levels, but we see... Flash
Cuddler being forced to flash out. Grubs currently being taken by Wilma. Trying to get these, but hold on. The Cuddler Cuties have managed to coordinate themselves, get a kill onto Wilma. Glimpse of us being forced to run away as Turkey Flaps chases him back to lane, and yeah, that will be 6 Grubs going over to the Cuddler Cuties. Fairly uncontested as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, as soon as your jungler dies, you know, the only thing that the Kassadin or that the Aatrox can look for at that point, realistically, is kills. You know, it's not great, and yeah, the Xerath is real strong right now. So we see he's just off there on the edge of it. He gets to pick up that quick kill there, lands a little bit more damage onto the Kassadin, who's already pretty near dead. And yeah, it's just you have to surrender that objective at that point. I think there's not much choice. Here we see another ultimate coming out of the Terra.
Oh, flash coming out as well.
You get the flash, the flash, and that is a big spell, big summoner off of the Twitch. If the Cuties are smart, they will punish that, because like we mentioned in Champ Select, he is an immobile champion. So as long as you can keep track of him while he's on invis, he's super easy to punish when his flash is down, and he's also got no barrier as well. So you know, that's definitely something that if you're one of the Cudders Cuties, you're definitely going to be thinking about as you move for the next 5 minutes or so.
Well, what
yeah, it looks like it's going to be a
right
free
now is, dragon straight on it. The mountain dragon will come in for them. This will be the first dragon for the Cudders Cuties as well. I mean, yeah, they're just collecting objectives at this point now. They've secured all of the void grubs. That is their first dragon, despite, you know, trading for the first one. And most likely soon we're going to see the first turret go towards the Cudders Cuties if they keep going at this pace. Yeah,
I mean, they already do have the feats of strength here, because they got 3 kills And with that Drake, that was their third objective, their third neutral, because they got all 6 grubs. And so for every 3 grubs you get, it counts as 1 full neutral objective. So yeah, they're already sitting pretty with the feats of strength there. Trying to look quickly and see if there's anyone that particularly abuses them. So the most abusable feats of strength, like advantage people get, is the new Swift boots. So instead of just giving you slow resistance and giving you more speed than normal boots would, the feat of strength Swifties gives you 4% additional move speed just flat out. So a lot of champions like say like Garen can abuse it because their speed boost just becomes even more speed boosty. And so it's definitely something that can be abused. And it looks like we're gonna have a dive here. Will Callisti be able to get a kill?
Oh my goodness.
Not.
Far too ambitious.
A little bit greedy.
Yeah, well, Christy definitely overestimated.
Oh, no. Hold up. I want to see the replay because there's a ward. There's a ward there. He may have known. If he knew the jargon was there. Oh, here we go. So he was already in the bush, and he didn't know. He didn't know. All right.
I think what may have happened is
poor decision making.
Yeah, Wilma probably walked up through Gromp as well anyway, so.
Yeah, okay. Another replay. Our demands for replay is
very nice. And the ult as well. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's well done by the by Mr. Booty. I'm not gonna say the full name, but yeah, I mean, look, when you use your ult like that and you manage to secure a kill, that's a ult well used. You know, stunning the Kassadin under the ult. Well played.
Yeah, we'll take it, considering it was a solo kill there for the Kassadin beforehand. You know, being able to pick up any sort of revenge kill, pick up any additional gold on the map is always something you want to see. Is it best served on Sona? Maybe not, but equally, it was going on no one if it wasn't going on her. So,
my goodness,
no.
Willow just absolutely deleted right there. I mean, you hate to see it, but it has been a really rough lane for Sleepy Willow so far, you know. Hopefully they'll find a way to bounce back. Maybe need to roam around a little bit, go help out the solo laners. Of course, that will unfortunately surrender the lane to these guys, you know, the Cutter QT bot lane. But at this point, you're not really doing much in this lane aside from, you know, keeping Twitch alive and letting him farm. Yeah, I mean, just
unfortunately
pull out. You know, when you're at the vision disadvantage like that, it's not exactly the best move. And look at how much vision is in that bot side river. It's insane. They've got what, 5 wards in the same vicinity, plus 1, you know, next to the Raptors. The Cudders Cuties know exactly what's going to happen around this bot area. They are completely pure and confident. They're going to take this first turret without any issue.
Yeah, I think logic would say to me that they were probably thinking to try and maybe dive the Twitch, because you do want to try and punish the Twitch in the early game. Like we said, he is a mobile. He doesn't have his flash still, I believe. I think it's still coming up. Unless I'm blind. No, I think it actually is.
I think you're right.
Whether or not it was up then, though, because it is a 5-minute cooldown, and I think they burnt it at about 12 minutes. So it's, you know, it's only just come back up maybe in the last 30 seconds or so. So I think that's why they have such heavy investment in vision on the bottom side. But obviously they were able to just end up catching Sleepy Willow just out, you know, out of position essentially, because they were trying to get vision. And, you know, they just take that and call it a day. But, you know, differences wise, is, you know, the Twitch is not looking too bad. He's burnt. He's completely cashed in his coal. And he's only about 20 CS down from the Mel. So if they can get a good team fight where they can spray and pray, you know, they're laughing, right? I think, you know, big multi-man ultimate would be a real good team fight for them, for sure. Yeah. Definitely play towards the things they want to achieve in this game right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the Twitch late game fantasy right there, is being able to pop ult, you know, auto someone 3-4 times and then you call it a wrap, you know. But we'll see if you race car will even be able to reach that point, because as of right now, all of his gold is entirely just from farming, not even objectives or even kills. So yeah, definitely suffering from a bit of a deficit here. We'll see if they'll find a way to come back. But Christie here, though, working this turret, doesn't even care that Delicate Flowers has just TP'd in. Probably going to collect some gold, maybe jump out, or is he going to trade his life for it? Trade his life for it is. Delicate Flowers manages to get on the board, 300 gold in his pocket after that, losing the turret for it, though. And yeah, CUDDERS Cuties in the meantime. Hearing this Hex Tech Dragon. This is the second dragon now.
For sure. Second dragon is still nothing to be massively worried if you are on the side of Fade Ashes. I think, as long as you prevent them from getting soul point, and if we look at the advantages they currently have, even though CUDDERS Cuties are ahead in gold right now, we'll get back to that point in a second. We're going to watch this replay real quick first, and we'll see the logic going through Mr. Clisty's mind as he decides to commit to getting that global gold there. Get himself a little turret and then ends up dying for it. But now as we come back, you can see the CS difference is actually really heavily in favor of the Aatrox.
Oh, wow.
The Aatrox is looking real comfortable right now. That is what we're talking, just shy of 45 CS lead for them. And they do have a level lead too. So even though they've lost their turret here, it's not looking too bad, man. Like that gold lead is only 500 in terms of team gold. But look at all of the actual objectives that they have accrued, and then you take that against the actual gold lead. Like it's 500 is less than the amount of team gold they get for killing one turret, and Cuties have killed 2. So there's a lot of easy to pick up gold in the mid to late game after one bad fight for Fade Ashes. If they can win a 5v5 and kill all 5 members, they could take easily 2 turrets, and then they'll be actually massively in the lead. So
yeah, that's true.
If you're on the side of Fade Ashes right now, I think you're probably actually pretty okay with the way the game state is right now. And I think we need to see probably a little bit more forcefulness from the Cuties here in terms of trying to get things, but not just not trade, actually just seize something in terms of, we saw that top tier 1 go down, but they had to give up a kill for it. They did get the dragon for free, so I suppose they are actually doing what I'm suggesting, but we'll have to see whether or not they can take any more here, as we do have the Atacon up right now. Atacon has been one of the more bait objectives over this tournament, though. We've seen a couple teams try to force it and end up losing their life and losing their leads because of it. So we will have to see if that's how that's going to work out here. We see the Cuties are able to pick up the Herald here for free. A couple members of Fade Ashes are chasing him up the backside, see if they could catch something, but looks like they're a little too mobile right now and gonna have to abandon ship.
Yeah, I mean, this seems kind of like the early stages of the Atacon dance. Rift Herald already acquired by the CUDDERS Cuties. So we'll see where they choose to decide to leave it and, run down the lane. But as of right now, Wilma caught out in the enemy's jungle will take a bit of damage for it. But luckily, he has the support of his team. Sleepy Willow there. Oh, Sleepy Willow with the raid as well. Shout outs to you. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Perfect timing, eh? Yeah, I mean, we'll see how exactly they manage to tango get this Atacon. If it goes anything like what we've seen in this tournament so far, there will be, the first team that starts it, and then the second team will turn up to collect it. So I hope we see a change in that regard, but that is possibly how it's going to go. And if history, dictates or tells us anything, that's probably how it's going to go. So yeah, we shall see how that goes.
It's a rough one for sure. I feel like Atacon is, you never want to be the person starting it. It seems like you always want to be the person, finishing it. Because whoever starts it seems to not finish it, or at least that's how it's been so far in the mini LCS Winter Open 2025. So we'll see if that is how it goes here, though. One thing I wanted to notice as well is, so one thing you can do, right? If it's not going to be able to be done in this game because the game has been too low kill count, and so it's Voracious Atacon. So this is the one that gives them a GA for about like 2 minutes, give or take, and so essentially if they die, they just have a 15-second cooldown, and then they respawn in base, and the enemy team don't get nothing for it, but they get reduced. They don't get as much as they would had they just killed.
Yeah.
But one thing you can do,
if
you
goodness.
have the Tom is looking rough. He's had to burn the barrier, but it doesn't
really nicely played. Glimpse of us really showing mastery there with the Kassadin, calculated damage right there. You know, I mean, this is what Kassadin excels at, is just whittling you down with bursts in quick segments. You know, you see right there, dash in, rotation, dash in again, you know, for an extra bit of damage, and then the flash, of course, to secure it. Because every single time that dash, while it does cost more mana, it does more damage. So, you know, it just gets worse the longer you are in, or the longer you're engaged in combat with Kassadin. So nicely done there by Glimpse of Us. Definitely giving us a glimpse of how to play Kassadin efficiently. But we see here an objective trade. Second Hextech Dragon does go to Fated Ashes, but yeah, CUDDERS Cuties getting an uncontested Atacon. I mean, I don't think it's the first of the tournament, but definitely a rare sight.
Yeah, I think if you're Fated Ashes, I think you're happy. As long as you can now make sure they don't get anything meaningful with this GA, you take that trade every day. Because that dragon is going to mean something in the later stages as we progress. You know, them taking that is essentially denied the QEs from getting Soul Point for another 5 minutes. So that's why, in my opinion, you take that trade. But if you're QEs, you're now on a timer to make as much as you can happen in the next, 2 minutes or so. Or it's more like a minute now, minute and a half. But if they can, we can see here they burn the Herald. They're going to try and take this tier 1 mid. And they should get it uncontested here, honestly. Again, with 3 members here, 3 GAs.
I can't recall those Void Grubs as well. Oh my goodness.
Let them take it. Yeah, it's like a fed Melveth or something at this point, of which we've seen a couple of those in the tournaments as well. It's been an interesting one. But yeah, I think you take that if you're Cuties right there, right? Awkwardly though, they are actually now behind in gold. So even though they have the advantage in terms of having 3 turrets to 1, and they've been able to secure more of the objectives and getting this Atacon that they still have for probably about half a minute at this point. I think if you're Fated Ashes, you're actually happy where you are right now. Position-wise, I mean,
Wilma's definitely not happy right now, dying to Clisty. We're in a 2v1. You hate to see it happen. Oh my goodness. Jax just is seemingly getting stronger. Stuns Delicate Flower under his own turret as well. Turkey Flaps is there to support. Yeah, I mean, you point out the gold deficit, but CUDDERS Cuties don't really seem to mind too much. They managed to collect the mid turret, opening the map up for them now. 4 turrets to their name, and rotating successfully to this Baron. Will Fated Ashes manage to respond and stop them from getting it? No, they won't. That's an uncontested Baron going over to the CUDDERS Cuties. However, now they need to try and escape. Booty is in the sights of Kassadin. Will be the first to fall. Cuddler will be next, seemingly. Yep, there you go. 4 members chasing him down. That's 2 Baron buffs denied. But 3 members managed to walk away. Was it worth it?
Unfortunate timing, I think, for the Cuties there. You would have seen their GA off the Voracious Atacon literally came off of them. Ooh. Oh no! Look at the burst! That's the double AP there. Look at these guys. They both got 2 items. Oh, Rabadon's nearly on.
Hold on a minute, Tom. Oh, not gonna get dived, but Delicate Flower was under siege there. The diving though from Wilma, very nicely done. Tom is gonna fall. Turkey Flaps just doing what Xerath does best as a long-range mage, just clearing the wave, making sure that it's delayed as to when they take this turret, but at the cost of Tom's life.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it is still a when they take this turret and not if they take this turret. Wilma,
oh my goodness,
really, Really nice knock up there by Cuddler. He was able to layer it so that even though the EQ came out from Jarvan, he ends up getting knocked up anyway. And so you love to see that if you are on the side of Cuddler's Cuties. But again, I think this is still kind of rough for them for sure. You know, they've had this Baron, and they are net. Don't get me wrong. They are net positive on the Baron so far. They are ahead in gold again, which they weren't when they first got it. But god damn, I want to see the damage off of that. Holy, he got popped. That is rough.
That was overextension by Christy, but we'll get back to that soon. Yeah,
I mean, for sure. We get to see, this is where they get to pick up a couple quick kills. So yeah, literally, they had the buff. They had the buff there, it went, and then immediately Kassadin was like, all right, it's time for me to get some kills, baby, let's go.
You're right. The Atacon just disappeared at that point.
Yeah, you just see the particle drop off of the sonar, and then he's immediately like, just goes in, smoked him. It's so rough. And we see the Zerathol is trying his damnedest, but can't quite pick up that person on the end, who I can't see because we've got that picture-in-picture. And now he's just you know, was it modus operandi is keep that turret alive. And oh yeah, here we see the kill onto Wilma.
That was really nice.
Layer there, yeah, just a little cheeky knock up, stops the flag and drag.
Oh, but we come back to a skirmish though. Oh
damn,
no!
Got blown up. Big flag and drag diving in. Comes out by Wilma. Doesn't matter, Wilma's gonna go down.
Oh, we've got two double kills going on.
No.
Willow as well getting caught out by the Zerath artillery. Delicate Flower trying to make the most of it. Oh, rooted. Is he gonna get shut down as well by Mel? That is 3 kills for Mel right there. Wow. I mean, everybody was going on multi-kill sprees right there. Let's have a quick run back of that. So Kassadin dived in too deep. Okay, first of all, Twitch as well meets all 5 members. Jarvan as well tried to dive in, close them down. Yeah, I mean, it seemed as though it was just multiple scattered moments where everybody tried to disengage, but then re-engage and then disengage again. You know, not seemingly on the same page. So because of that, they all suffered the same fate. And the third Hextech Dragon goes to Cuddlers.
Yeah, I think that one's a rough one for sure. You know, the whole fight started because Valkador, or Glimpse of Us, was in no man's land, to be honest, and he got jumped on by 4 people. But you know, well, I mean, just like that, never mind, you know. God damn, he's able to get a quick solo kill onto the Mel. But yeah, in regards to the team fight again, because I think the team fight will be more telling as this game progresses. You know, we're already 30 minutes deep, so I feel like Fated Ashes are already at that patented late game fantasy. For the old heads, they'll remember that meme. But
oh my god! Hold on a minute, Glimpse of a double kill? Oh, he's not gonna get out though. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is the nightmare that us old heads are familiar with, is the late game Kassadin, who's currently sitting on 3 full items plus complete boots. This is gonna be a problem now for the Cuties. They continue to get caught out by Kassadin. That's going to happen. Cuddler as well getting caught out here. Race car will collect that kill. But then Clisty showing up, reminding everyone that Jax is on the board as well. And yeah, which sending him back to base saying, what are you doing? There's 4 of us here. You're trying to 4v1? You're not that guy. And he quickly remembered why. Look at this damage though. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think if you're the Cuties right now, what's your game plan? You know, like, how do you shut down the Kassadin at this point? You have to get him. He is positioning really aggressively because he can afford to, right? He has a 4-second flash. So how do you, as the Cuties here, you know, plan to try and negate that? Because he is the biggest problem for their team right now, 100%. The Twitch is strong, don't get me wrong. In the team fights, the Twitch is probably more of a problem than Kassadin. As we can see, he is most of the reason why that Jax gets evaporated. But so many times have we seen the Kassadin just show up somewhere where someone's catching a wave in the bot side or the top side, and then that person's they're in the fountain. You know, like if you're the Cuties right now, you need to form a plan quick time to work out how you're going to stop him. If you can stop him, he's on 4 items right now, and he has his Zhonya's. So you know he can play even more brazenly because he now has a stasis. So you know, where do you go from there?
I mean, this is the nightmare that we are familiar with this champion. Is as soon as he picks up the Zhonya's, the aggression, it doesn't go down. It just increases tenfold. You see right there, glimpse of us just showing the strength of this champion. He doesn't need to worry about his safety at all now. If he's in a predicament where he's in danger, Zhonya's, wait for your cooldowns to come up. Suddenly he can dash and chuck out all of his spells again. He doesn't need to worry about, you know, getting shut down as soon as he jumps in. So, yeah, moments like this will continue to happen to the end of the game.
Look at this premeditated violence, dude. Holy. They were sitting there waiting. Yeah, they were just in the bush chilling, you know? Like, oh, it feels bad to be Xin Zhao in that kind of climate, man. God damn. He's not even putting that bad of a shift here. He's 2-4-4, and you can see he's got those Swifty boots as well, like I was mentioning earlier. But yeah, I don't know. At this point, someone in the Twitch chat said they should FF, and I'm like, ooh, maybe. I mean, you know, this is where we're now at 34 minutes. We're finally seeing the gold lead actually begin to balloon. It's now, we're talking a little over 3, close to 4K gold lead here for the side of Fated Ashes, and that might be the biggest we've seen the gold lead all game. But there's a late game team
difference to the early game as well.
Yeah, we have the beginnings of a fight. Oh, look at the damage!
Oh my god! Oh, hold on a minute, though. Zhonya's coming out. And there it is. There's the Zhonya's that we were talking about. Will dash in? Yeah. No, he dashed out. He dashed out. Okay. That was a Wilmer that dashed in right there, but CUDDERS Cuties don't want any of it. Dragon is on the map, though. This is soul point for the CUDDERS Cuties. Will the Fated Ashes find a way to deny it?
They've not got a jungler for 25 seconds. Nah, look, their jungler's dead. Like, you know, all you can look for is kills, and the only people picking up kills in these fights is Fated Ashes. I think it's the smart choice. Just let them put themselves on soul point, because if you contest them, you're gonna die, and if you die, it could be game. The death timers are just that high right now. It is kind of do or die. So, god damn, I would love to be in the war room here for CUDDERS Cuties, if not for this game, for the next one, right? To see were they gonna ban the Kassadin, because it's a problem they don't have an answer to in this game. I mean, I'm talking like this game is over. It is only a 4K gold lead, but I just don't see how the Cuties do anything. The glimpse of us can just pop whoever he wants. If he finds any isolated target. Ooh, Willow is low though. They might have a pick on her if Xerath decides to ultimate, but
the Twitch effect is active now. 3 items. Jarvan jumps in with Aatrox. I mean, it's a complete massacre. 4 members instantly disappear off of the map. Suddenly, they were there for 1 second and suddenly they're gone. So, yeah, I mean, in him falling as well, absolutely brutal.
I mean, game, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Mel can't save it on her own. You know, god damn, Twitch prayed for that, and it happened. We're gonna Kassadin's gonna go down. Delicate Flowers might go down there. Doesn't look like it though.
Doesn't even matter.
Token resistance in the end. It is an exercise in futility as Fated Ashes put themselves 1 game up in this series.